I've been making videos on and off as like a hobby for the last 7 years or so. You could probably go back even further if we count every video I've ever made, but let's not do that. And through experimenting with it and actually getting to make videos, I finally figured out how I actually like to create. And first of all, figuring out how to actually make a video was important, like learning the basics of filming, editing, and scripting, things like that. But I realized only this year, maybe a bit too late, the importance of having a good relationship with creating. So this year, I feel like I finally understood the art of casual creating. So what does casual creating actually mean to me? I mean, obviously it means using your life as the framework for building out a story, but also it means making videos in a way that's not intrusive to your actual life and what you're trying to do. You see, the thing about filming your life is that you really need to be ready to pull out a camera at any moment and film those little moments. And sometimes it is kind of awkward to like stop in the moment, pull out a big camera and just film. And you kind of have to get away from that awkwardness to make a nice video, or else that awkwardness is going to show up in your video. You also don't want to be doing too much where the act of filming actually ruins the moment, and then now it's become intrusive to your life. And I think a lot of people, including myself, struggle with that. But the truth is that creating videos is expression, and the camera is only a tool to help you get to that form of expression. So recently I found that I've been filming a lot more on my iPhone, and not like in those videos where they say like shot on iPhone and it's actually an iPhone with like a huge cinema lens, rig, filter, and a ton of things like that, accessories. This is actually just my iPhone. The only thing I've done is slap a case and a screen protector on it. And I think starting out, everyone actually does start with their phone. I mean, back in the day, I was using like my old Android phone, so something about filming on my phone and making videos is kind of nostalgic to me. Torres sent me their products to test out. Pretty common stuff, a screen protector, a phone case, but this one also has some pretty unique tricks that I found have actually helped me in creating. And more so than anything, it's really just helped me treat my phone, this Pro iPhone that they call it, as an actual tool. Not like a little gimmick, oh, your iPhone shoots 4K video, but as an actual tool to tell the stories that I want to tell. This entire video is shot on iPhone, except for the parts that aren't, where the iPhone is in the shot, obviously. And you know, there's probably also something to say there about how shooting on your phone again just kind of simplifies the process, and the entire thing feels a lot less intimidating. If you're a little nervous talking in front of the camera, if you use your phone, it feels like I'm almost like FaceTiming someone. It also just feels like I'm filming something for a friend versus something very professional and strict. Just a bit more about the shot on iPhone setup. You guys are watching it right now. Basically, what I have, this is an older phone, but if you imagine this is the right phone for the case, I literally, this is it. That's it. That's the setup. With the iPhones now, obviously they have great cameras, and I need a way to actually use that camera. For me, that literally just means slapping on this case and using this little ring thing on the back to prop it up. And this is how I would like actually do like a phone call whenever I'm like FaceTiming my girlfriend. This is how I do it. But realistically, when I'm filming myself, those shots that you guys have been seeing, I pretty much just take this, spin it around to whatever I need, place it there, and that is now my little talking head angle. When I started out making YouTube videos back in high school, I bought like a $20 iPhone tripod off Amazon, and that thing sucked. It barely held the weight of the phone. It was like a GorillaPod knockoff because I couldn't afford those back then. It was terrible, but it worked because it allowed me to mount my phone up to these different places and get these creative shots. And this is something that I see similar with this case. Of course, the quality on this case is a lot better, and I actually do mount this case like to the roof because it is magnetic, like I said. If it falls, I trust that the case will do its job. But using tools like this to create that are so simple but so effective, I think is really important when you're trying to make videos in a non-intrusive way. Kind of the same thought that goes into the people who use like those camcorders to film things. That's pretty much the same reason that I think filming on your phone is kind of fun, because it just feels so familiar and comfortable to film with. When you take your phone out or take out an old camcorder and you zoom into someone, they kind of just feel more comfortable in front of the camera, and especially yourself, it just feels more natural. So we're getting close to like the end of the semester. It's like November 28th. I guess it's almost December, which is crazy. This year has gone by so fast. Right now I'm sitting here in one of the design bays, I guess computer labs on campus, making an electromagnet. I know eventually I'm going to look back at this period of time and think about what I was up to back then. And this is one of those things where it's so mundane and so simple. This is just for my engineering capstone project due in like a week. But the thing is that once I'm older, I'm going to think back on this time and want to see what I was up to back then and see like, hey, what was it like that one time where I was sitting in that room and I wound those coils? I mean, maybe it won't get that specific, but the general idea is that it's mundane right now, but this is my life currently, and eventually I'm gonna wanna look back on this and remember this. And in these moments, I would really hate to not have a camera and be able to document this, because the mundane moments that make up your life are your life. The point is that this action right now, me doing my homework, me building my capstone project, maybe isn't the most interesting thing right now, but you know, because it's my life, in like 30 or so years when I forget about all this and I think back to those college days, I think that'll be a really enjoyable experience. And also, these are the pieces that tell my story. This is how Garfield will hold his phone using the case. So for some quick context, earlier this year, I was like obsessed with these Garfield edits where he would be listening to like Radiohead or like the Smiths or something like that. Some old band, and it would be in like this really moody environment. And he's listening to Radiohead. And the videos were just so funny. And turns out my girlfriend actually had this Garfield, so you know I had to finally actually recreate it. And this is what we were able to make with propping up the phone with the case and also filming it with my phone. Now that I look at it, it's actually kind of stupid, but if you follow me on Instagram, you saw it, I posted it. I had to take out the music because of copyright. But making little videos like that on my phone is really the reason I started making videos in the first place. Like, I'm pretty sure I learned a lot of my basic editing skills making memes. So in a weird way, by shooting on simple tools like my phone, it just makes me feel like I'm creating like a kid again. It's snowing, the first snow of the year, Claire. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's snowing. And also, when you're putting yourself out there on a platform like YouTube with numbers, followers, subscribers, it's hard not to really let it all get to your head too much, because in reality, this is still my life that I'm filming. And one of my friends put it into words perfectly and said that at the center of whatever I make, I'm still myself first. I'm Jason first before I'm a YouTuber, before I'm a creator, before I do anything with these cameras, I'm myself first. So I should be making videos in a way that shows that. And I think that's really what's at the center of everything I've talked about today in terms of casual creating for myself. Especially in a casual type of format like YouTube vlogging, it doesn't always mean grabbing the most expensive gear just to get like a 10-second shot. A lot of the time it's about using the gear and what's convenient to me that actually allows me to stay in the moment while making a video. So maybe if you're feeling burnt out, it's time for you to bring out the easy solution, the convenient one, and maybe that just so happens to be your iPhone with a little magnetic ring case on the back. Really, in the end, whatever helps you create your videos effortlessly is going to help build that best relationship between you and creating. Thank you so much to Taurus for sponsoring this video, and you guys can check out their O-Stand 360-degree spin case that I've been using, plus the glass screen protector in the link in description. The case has been super helpful when I'm out shooting, whether I just want a better grip on my phone for vlogging or want to set up a nice shot. And like I showed you guys, I don't even carry a tripod for my phone anymore, I just use the magnets. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again to Taurus for sponsoring this video.